Good morning. I'm Stephanie Shine of Tennessee Shakespeare Company, and welcome back to the DECAMERON Project. Today's date, April 29th, 2020. Today's theme, love. On this date in history, in 1941, Yusuf Komunyakaa was born in Bogalusa, Louisiana. The grandson of a Trinidadian stowaway, he legally changed his name from his birth name, James William Brown Jr., in order to honor his grandfather. He is a Pulitzer Prize-winning poet and currently is on the senior faculty of New York University's creative writing program. He is known for his autobiographical poetry about race, the Vietnam War, jazz, and blues. Here is a poem of his on complicated love, written in 1987. My father's love letters. On Fridays, he'd open a can of Jack's after coming home from the mill and ask me to write a letter to my mother, who sent postcards of desert flowers taller than men. He would beg, promising to never beat her again. Somehow I was happy she had gone and sometimes wanted to slip in a reminder how Mary Lou Williams' polka dots and moonbeams never made the swelling go down. His carpenter's apron always bulged with old nails, a claw hammer looped at his side, and extension cords coiled round his feet. Words rolled from under the pressure of my ballpoint. Love, baby, honey, please. We sat in the quiet brutality of voltage meters and pipe threaders, lost between sentences. The gleam of a 5-pound wedge on the concrete floor pulled a sunset through the doorway of his tool shed. I wondered if she laughed and held them over a gas burner. My father could only sign his name, but he'd look at blueprints and say how many bricks formed each wall. This man, who stole roses and hyacinth for his yard, would stand there with eyes closed and fists balled, laboring over a simple word almost redeemed by what he tried to say. In celebration of April and Poetry Month, we turn to uncomplicated love and have a moment to share with you Christopher Marlowe. Christopher Marlowe was born the same year as Shakespeare, just a few months beforehand, but he died at the tender age of 29 in a brawl in a tavern in Deptford over a bill. He was a lovely playwright, and his most famous play, Dr. Faustus, was not even produced until after his death. But he took the pastoral form of poetry and changed it a bit. He upped the ante, as it were, for all poets afterwards. Before Marlowe, love poetry was more chivalric. And here Marlowe makes it sensual and passionate and earthy in his The Passionate Shepherd to His Love, written, we think, about 1588. It was first published in 1599, 6 years after Marlowe died, wrongly attributed at first to William Shakespeare. Come live with me and be my love, and we will all the pleasures prove that valleys, groves, hills, and fields, woods, or steepy mountains yields. And we will sit upon the rocks, seeing the shepherds feed their flocks by shallow rivers, to whose falls melodious birds sing madrigals. And I will make thee beds of roses and 1,000 fragrant posies, a cap of flowers and a kirtle, embroidered all with leaves of myrtle, a gown made of the finest wool, which from our pretty lambs we pull, fair lined slippers for the cold, with buckles of the purest gold, a belt of straw and ivy buds, with coral clasps and amber studs. And if these pleasures may thee move, come live with me and be my love. The shepherd swain shall dance and sing for thy delight each May morning. If these delights thy mind may move, then live with me and be my love. This poem remains one of the foremost poems of the Elizabethan era, and it inspired many other poets to try to match Marlowe's wit. Here's a quick excerpt from Sir Walter Raleigh, that enigmatic figure. In 1592, writes The Nymph's Reply to the Shepherd. This is an excerpt. Bringing in stark reality, Sir Walter Raleigh. If all the world and love were young, and truth in every shepherd's tongue, these pretty pleasures might me move to live with thee and be thy love. Thy gown, thy shoes, thy beds of roses, thy cap, thy girdle, and thy posies, some soon break, soon wither, soon forgotten, in folly ripe, in reason rotten. But could youth last, and love still breed, had joys no date, nor age no need, then these delights my mind might move to live with thee and be thy love. And in 1633, John Donne picks up the gauntlet and turns this quest for love into a very sensual fishing expedition, literally. Come live with me and be my love, and we will some new pleasures prove of golden sands and crystal brooks with silken lines and silver hooks. There will the river whispering run, warmed by thy eyes more than the sun, and there the enamored fish will stay, begging themselves they may betray. Let others freeze with angling reeds and cut their legs with shells and weeds, or treacherously poor fish beset with strangling snare or windowy net. For thee, thou needst no such deceit, for thou thyself art thine own bait. Thy fish that is not catched thereby, alas, is wiser far than I. And how would Shakespeare ask somebody to give them their love? Well, we hear from Viola, dressed as Cesario in the 12th Night, speaking to Olivia on behalf of the man she loves, Orsino. She lets Olivia know what she would do if she were in love. Make me a willow cabin at your gate, and call upon my soul within the house. Write loyal cantons of contemned love, and sing them loud even in the dead of night. Hallo your name to the reverberate hills, and make the babbling gossip of the air cry out, Olivia! Oh, you would not rest between the elements of air and earth, but you should pity me. Thank you for joining me. I'm Stephanie Shine from Tennessee Shakespeare Company. I look forward to the next time. Enjoy your loves. Goodbye.